Let's go.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back. I'm back with the live watch along. This time, Aston Villa versus Lille in the second leg of the last 16 of the Europa League. Aston Villa 1-0 up from the first leg on aggregate. Can we get the job done tonight? Or will it be a nail-biting penalty shootout? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Before we do, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I can see loads of comments already flying in, so we'll get all the comments out. We'll talk about the starting lineup. We'll talk about predictions as well, score predictions. I know a few of you have been mentioning penalty kicks. A few of you are fairly confident as well. Are we happy with the starting lineup? That is the key thing. But make sure you smash a like, hit the subscribe button as well. Help us on the road to 7,000. I think we're just over 100 away. So please do hit that like button. Jimmy, good evening to you. Jean, good evening to you. Great team news. I am optimistic. Yes, so am I. He's finally listened to the fans, says Adam. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Let's see who else is in the chat. Ange is in. Seymour, good evening to you. And 27, Andy, good evening to you. Tammy's got a big chance to claim the striker's role. Hope he can shine. There's a clue. Michael, good evening to you as well, mate. Great to have you in. Good evening to you, Jay, and everyone else. And we've got some score predictions flying in already. Before we get into that, yes, good evening to you, Rich. Yes, no fighting, mate. We've had our days to process it. You know, we're trying to be positive tonight, and that team that's been picked tonight, that gives me a bit more positivity. We've got players who want to come in and prove a bit of a point, which is what we want to see. Respect from Leeds. Top man, Tony, great to have you in the chat as well. So let's get the starting lineup on. I'm sure most of you know it already. Emi Martinez in goal, and we've got Lamar Bogard at right back still. So maybe Cash isn't 100% fit. Lindelof, who many have been calling for to get a start, is in on the right-hand side at centre-back. Pau Torres on the left-hand side at centre-back, and Ian Maatsen at left-back. So, yes, a couple of changes to that back four. And Lindelof can count himself quite unlucky to have not featured in a lot of games these last few weeks. So, great to see him back. Pau Torres seems to be the one who's utilised in Europe with his possession. So that's good. And Ian Maatsen, some pace up and down that left-hand side, which we badly need. Douglas Luiz and Amadou Onana in that central midfield area. I don't think many people are too surprised about that. John McGinn back in as captain, which is great to see. Morgan Rogers and Jadon Sancho in as well, which is pleasing to see because Emi Buendia hasn't performed, in my opinion, to anywhere near where he should. And it's good to see him get a start. And I think the main one that people wanted to see is Tammy Abraham up front for the start instead of Ollie Watkins. And if Unai wanted the fans to get a boost and to be up for the atmosphere tonight, it had to be Tammy to start tonight. So that is a big plus, in my opinion. Beezer, Wright, Mings, Consat, Digne, Cash, Garcia, Elliott, Buendia, Bailey, and Watkins on the bench. So plenty of options on the bench to utilize as well. So very positive for me. If you're asking me. Dancham, good evening to you. Villa Till I Die says Wilf. Richard, I've got a mate in France for an hour in front. Yes, good man. Probably be even more ahead of me, probably an hour and a half ahead of me with my screen. Decent lineup, yes, Jimmy, definitely. Yeah, Elliot, maybe we'll see him feature later on in the game. Hopefully Sancho and Tammy can link up well. Good evening to you, Lee. That's a lineup I like to see exactly. And praise the Lord, Watkins isn't playing. Look, we've all got our opinions on Watkins, but I think it's 100% universal that he should not be starting at the moment. And to be honest, it's for his own sake. I actually feel sorry for him playing at the minute. So an opportunity for Tammy, Ollie on the bench, whether he comes on or not, that's up to him to perform if he comes on, and we can move on and we can get this result, and hopefully Tammy can get a goal and cement himself as the first choice. Not a lot in the way of game changes on the bench. Yes, I do agree to an extent, but I do think Buendia's been better off the bench, hasn't he? Could Watkins feature off the bench as well? And could an Elliott or someone feature off the bench as well? You never know on that front. Rodgers in his dangerous position. Yes, but we need to see him not giving the ball away and not being lazy. Good evening to you, Patrick, as well, and good evening, everyone. So, Villa Park, not a full Villa Park, I have to say, and maybe some people just late taking their seats, but all the fireworks are going off, and they've got a display in the Holt End that they're trying to get going. Olivier Giroud there in the tunnel. So we've still got to watch for Lille, because me and George were talking about it the other day. They are quite dangerous away from home, so we have really got to watch at this moment in time. So I think a good start, a fast start. Can we get a goal early doors and really settle the crowd? We are buckled in, Andy. Absolutely. Is Watkins rested for West Ham? Look, I don't know. If Tammy gets a couple of goals, Tammy should be starting. Definitely. Yes, Rich. Yeah, roadworks. Yeah, I remember them saying there'd be a lot of traffic. Good evening, Lee. Great to have you in the chat. Over 50 of you in here. Smash a like before we go. So, score predictions quickly. Quick score predictions. We've got CS says 4-1 Villa. Just take the pressure off and make Rich happy. Yeah, please. I don't want any more rants. Adam, evening, Rich. 3-1 Villa with that starting lineup. So, Adam is positive as well. Anyone else got their score predictions in? Rich, yes, we know, mate. You have been saying this. It's going to Pens. I don't know if my nerves could take it, mate. I really don't. But yeah, I know that Nottingham Forest is currently in extra time, so maybe that one's going to Pens. I think Crystal Palace are now winning in extra time. So, and interesting that Lyon went out. So Celta Vigo are through to the quarterfinals at the expense of Lyon. Freiburg beat Genk 5-1 tonight, so they go through 5-2 on aggregate. And as I say, currently it's 2-1 to Nottingham Forest, but it's 2-2 on aggregate, and they're in extra time. Reelan against is 7-2. What a game that would be. 3-1 says Robert. I did say 3-1 as well, and Seymour says 2-0 Villa. So let's get the screen up, and we'll get going with the scoreboard shortly. If you want to be in sync with me, just pause it on the TV, and then you'll sync up with me. Likely to be a little bit behind. We've got Unai Emery 100 wins, so that's what the display is in the Holt End, celebrating his 100th victory, which came last week against Lille. 3-1 says 21 and 27 and the UK. Yeah, don't worry. I'm sure the players will be up for this. I'm sure they will. We can get it done. Ange. Don't you worry. Shorty Leroy's watching from Germany. Come on, Villa. Great to have you in the chat, mate. Are we playing Chelsea? They better not be. I've still got the players lining up. So Douglas Luiz and Morgan Rogers at the end of the line there. Just clapping the fans. Mascots leaving the field. Are there many Lille fans there? Sure, they'll have brought a fair few over with them. So just a reminder of the teams: Martinez in goal, Bogard, Lindelof, Pau Torres and Ian Matson, Sancho, Onana, Louise and McGinn, with Rodgers behind Tammy Abraham up front. Bench, Bizot right, Cash, Konsa, Mings, Elliott, Buendia, Watkins, Dina, Andres Garcia and Leon Bailey. And on yellow cards, currently McGinn and Lindelof and Cash and Luca Dean. So four players, 2 in the starting lineup and 2 on the bench who are on a yellow card. And I believe it gets reset at the quarterfinal stage. He did, Jay. He did read them the right act, and it was important that he did. It's important that the players took responsibility for the poor performances. So the Lille team is Ozer in goal, and Gui, Alexandro, and Bemba, Pero, Buwadi, Bentaleb, Mukayu, Mounier, Giroud, and Correa. Giroud is the captain. The screen has them in a 4-3-3, and they have 3 players currently on a yellow card in the starting 11 and 1 on the bench. Now, I didn't watch too much of the game on Thursday because I was flying back from a little holiday and watched the highlights, but I didn't really see too much of the game. I was getting it on the commentary. So it'd be good in the chat if you could give me a summary of how Lille played, because I know they had a couple of chances, but by all accounts, Villa were fairly under control in the game without being spectacular. So I'd be interested to know what they were like, and are they going to be a real danger to us, a real threat to us if we're not on our game. Good evening, Leroy. Yes, we've got to come through. Absolutely. And I do think people are feeling a bit flat, mate. I definitely do. I think we need a big performance from Villa because, yes, we have been a little bit flat at the minute. Half decent championship team, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we should be putting them to bed then. We should be putting them to the sword, Alan. Right. We're just about to kick off, so I will get everything set up on here. Lille to kick us off. Please, no spoilers in the chat. And we're away. So Lille go long from the kickoff. Headed down by Onana. Now Sancho got a bit of space to run into. Runs up the right-hand side and gets the throw. Ooh, doesn't get the throw in for Villa. Looked like it should have been a throw in for Villa, but it must have come off his toe. And goes out for a throw into Lille. He tries to pinch a few yards. Good evening, Rachel. Great to have you in the chat. Bogard gets up well. Douglas Luiz challenges. Ball drops to Lille. Tammy Abraham gets in now. McGinn can drive forward with the ball. He's got Tammy in front of him, but John McGinn decides to shoot. And it goes harmlessly wide. But good intent. Good physicality from Tammy Abraham. And good to get the crowd going with a couple of good tackles, good challenges. And look, we're not gonna criticize players for shooting, which is something that we haven't done anywhere near enough of late. Villa trying to press the Lille back line, but they go long. But Bogard does well to win it, and he plays it back to Lindelof. Lindelof goes across to Pau Torres. Midway inside Villa half, who finds Ian Matson, who goes back to Pau Torres. Now, I don't want Villa to just be knocking the ball across the back. There needs to be more movement. There needs to be more incisive passing because we've just been walking the ball around at the moment. Torres looks for Tammy Abraham. Tammy brings it down, keeps it in play, but in trying to keep it in play, just gives it away. But Villa do well. Onana drops it off to Douglas Luiz, to John McGinn, who goes back to Pau Torres, and Villa keep the ball well. So it's good battling in the central midfield. Rodgers hasn't had a touch of the ball yet. He is looking for it. Good start from McGinn. Luiz now goes out wide to Bogard, to Sancho. Someone needs to run in behind, I feel. Lindelof to Bogard. Now Rodgers has maybe got a bit of space. Just gets a little bit lucky, but now he's found a ball to Sancho in behind. Sancho just jinks away from the defender really well. Oh, doesn't cross it. Now sets it back to the edge of the box. Oh, Luiz with a shot. And it ricochets off 2 Villa players and goes out for a goal kick. But that was a good move from Villa. Initial pass from Bogard wasn't great, but Morgan Rogers does really well to find Sancho. Sancho does brilliant against the defender, but decides to hold it up and lays it to the edge of the box to Luiz. Then the defender actually does get a block on it, and then it hits a couple of Villa players and goes over the bar. Hits McGinn on the knee. Villa again on the attack. Oh, Rogers gives it away though. Square pass. And it's a free kick there to Lille. Morgan Rogers there giving it away. Another lazy pass. He's got to be better. Giroud brings it down. Villa claiming offside, and yes, Giroud was offside. And the referee wasn't happy with where the ball was taken from. Villa trying to start an attack quickly, but now I think they'll slow it down. Ball back to Martinez. Yeah, see, Rogers giving it away. Martinez just holding it up, waiting for someone to make a move, and then he goes out to Pau Torres. Torres plays him to John McGinn, does really well. Now Rogers driving forward. It's again a little sloppy pass. Tried with the outside of his foot, to be fair, but it's two poor passes from Rogers. It's got to be better. Lille just playing it across their back line. I don't know all their names, unfortunately. But Villa just not really pressing, letting them have the ball. Now they've come over the halfway line. Villa need to keep this momentum. Sancho does well to cut the ball out and finds Lamar Bogard, who in turn finds Lindelof. Back to Bogard, and Bogard just drops it to Martinez, who helps it on to Pau Torres. Torres just chops inside, clips it with his right foot this time, but it's poor ball, but it's header down, and Onana can easily pick it up. Now Rogers finds McGinn, so he's giving it to a Villa player, which is something. Drops it back to Douglas Luiz. Now McGinn. Out wide to Matson. Need a bit more movement still. Rogers tried to run in behind. And then McGinn goes all the way back to Pau Torres. Which is a little bit of a strange pass. Douglas Luiz. Back to Pau Torres. Into Onana. Onana now to Luiz. Got a bit of space to drive forward with it. To Matson. Try and beat your fullback. Onana to Bogard. He's got Sancho out wide. Now Sancho, go and beat him. Sancho drives and drops inside to Rogers. Rogers just drops it off to Bogard. Back to Sancho. Rogers. Bogard. So Villa just trying to bring Lille out. But this is where I feel like they need to play a ball in behind. But Matson does well to create some space. Now he's one-on-one. No, he lets the defender get back to him, but he wins a throw-in. And Lille fans in fine voice. I don't know what that was there. We managed to give away a throw-in off an advanced position for us. That was sloppy. At the moment, it doesn't look like Lille are committing too many men forward at all. But it's just, again, it's just dropped. The tempo's just dropped a little bit. We need to pick the tempo up. Pau Torres goes a longer ball, looking for Tammy Abraham, but it's cut out. Villa players just looking around at each other. They're not quite sure whether to press high or whether to drop into position. They're not pressing anything at the minute until Lille get over halfway. Now Tammy tries to pounce, but doesn't manage to get a foot on it. Not allowing Lille to get through them, though. Now Roger's trying to press their centre back, but he goes out to the full back on the left-hand side. He comes forward with the ball. Sorry, the left side is centre back. Drops it into midfield on the halfway line. So Lille just knocking the ball around. And it might not look like they're doing anything, but and they play it out. It's a throw into Villa. Villa kept the shape well, but you've got to be careful with letting them have too much possession and getting too used to the ball. Always amazes me when coaches sit down for like 30 seconds and then get straight back up again. Bit of a pointless throw in for Villa there. I don't know what. I'm not sure what Tammy Abraham was meant to do with that. I want us to go after these and get a goal. They've engineered quite a good position here, and they've got a throw in just on the edge of the penalty, just level with the edge of the penalty area. Just getting into the 10th minute. Not really too much has happened in the game. One sort of shot from McGinn that went comfortably wide, and then the shot from Douglas Luiz that was blocked. But apart from that, we haven't really done anything since that moment. And Lille aren't really pressing forward too much, but we're content to just let them have the ball. Just only really pressing. Oh, there's Luiz now, wins it. Now McGinn can come forward, tries to hold it up. Referee doesn't give a free kick. A little bit sluggish there for McGinn. Now Lille driving forward. Ball out wide on the right-hand side. Looks to get the cross in, and it's blocked by Pau Torres, and it's a corner to Lille. A little bit sloppy there from Villa. This is what really puzzles me at the moment about Aston Villa. When a team wins the ball off us, they're really quick to get the ball forward and get on the attack. When we win the ball back against the team, we just slow it down and go backwards and let them get into position. It's just really strange at the minute. And it looks like the confidence that we've had from the first 5 minutes has really drained. When the players have gone back into this tension mode. Corner comes in, headed away by Rodgers. And Giroud, was that with this? No, it wasn't. It was Meunier with the shot. It was miles over. But yeah, it's just still a bit sluggish. And it's not that we're playing badly or anything like that. It's just look like we're playing with the shackles on. All right, Emi Martinez is going to go long this time. Looks for Tammy. He doesn't win the header, but it's dropped down to Ian Matson. Matson plays inside to McGinn, but someone should have told him he could have turned, but he finds Douglas Luiz. Luiz goes out wide to Bogard, who drops it back to Lindelof. Yeah, exactly. Cheers, David. Thanks, mate. Onana to Lindelof, out to Pau Torres. This is where we need to find some space. McGinn tries to turn, and he gets the free kick this time. I just feel like we're watching each other on the ball rather than trying to get into a space to receive it. It's very safe. Lindelof, Bogard. Rodgers tries to get him behind, but he finds Sancho. Nice little jink from Sancho, but he's got 3 men on him, but manages to get the throw in. it's difficult for Sancho receiving the ball there, though. He's going to have to beat 3 or 4 men, and he hasn't got the pace. Lindelof. It's Torres back to Emi Martinez. Come on, let's do something. Lindelof tries to clip it forward, looking for Tammy, who heads it down to McGinn, does well there. McGinn, nice little ball to Maatsen. Maatsen now facing at the fullback, Meunier, goes around the outside, and then Meunier does really well with the slide tackle and keeps it in play. But he gives it away to Rodgers. Rodgers, it's cleared. Both players could have had it. Rodgers could have turned there and had a shot. It's just, again, we're trying the safe option all the time. Safe option when we could do when we're in these attacking positions, we've got to have the confidence to show our ability. It's just with the ball with Lindelof at the moment. Torres finds Maatsen. Does anyone else as well find Maatsen? He's very quick running back or running off the ball, but as soon as he has the ball in possession, his pace really drops down. He's not particularly fast running with the ball. Nice little turn from Onana. Finds Lindelof. Lindelof to Torres. Torres to Maatsen. Maatsen almost gives it away, but finds Pau Torres. Again, there's not too much movement. And Onana with a lazy pass to Torres, but he finds Martinez. Martinez goes long this time, but it's over Abraham and Sancho. And the ball's back with Lille. Yeah, we're not gonna go all out attack or gung ho, but it'd be nice for players to actually attack when they're in attacking positions. Forest looks like it's going to Pens. Crystal Palace look like they're going through now. Lille on the attack. Douglas Luiz does very well there to win the ball back, and then doesn't panic. Finds Amadou Onana. Oh, then they get into a complete mess. And Luiz does well to recover. But no communication there. And again, looking really tentative. Luiz does well again, though. 3 times Douglas Luiz, give him his dues, has done really well there. Yeah, it is still early days. Great tackle from Luiz. You know what we're doing, Jonathan? We're just, like I say, a bit slow and sluggish at the minute. Looks like Giroud will be all right. I just don't see too much like dynamism. Look at this, like Martinez just standing on the ball and then just casually playing it to Lindelof. He's walking with the ball. Why haven't we got any speed in this play? He keeps asking for the fans to get behind the team. Long ball. Abraham now. It's out on the right-hand side. Just trying to find a bit of space. Drops it back to Amadou Onana. Onana goes out to Pau Torres. It goes back to Lindelof. Banana, nice little turn. Got no movement though. So we have to go back. Sancho. Amadou to Rogers. Now Rogers got a bit of space. Plays a lovely ball around the corner to Sancho. Sancho tries to drop it back in. It's a corner. That was better. We engineered some space and played a couple of quick passes through. And look, I understand why we do the slow play, but it's so slow. But that was nice play. Rogers gets the ball on the half turn and then lovely time ball to Sancho. And Sancho does go around the outside, but the defender does very well. What is this with defenders cheering because they've made a tackle? Get a grip. Honestly, it's your job. Luis with the low corner. Doesn't fool anyone, but he picks it back up again. Drops it back to John McGinn. John McGinn's got players at the back post. Oh, well headed away by the defender. Is he going to do a celebration because he headed it away? And then given away by Matson. I think Sancho or whoever, I think it was Sancho would have been offside. Yeah, sounded like Roy Keane. It really does my head in. I get it right at the end of a game or something, or game saving tackle, but all he did was block it out for a corner. But that was better from Villa. Yes, press, snails football. And you just want a bit of life. Get the crowd behind you. We've seen the team line up. The first 5 minutes got the crowd behind us, and now we've just dropped into same old Villa. Lille coming forward now. Villa trying to keep a good shape. Ball out on the right-hand side for Lille. McGinn trying to hold them up, forces them back. And now they're going to try and play out down their left-hand side. Got men over at the back post. It's a good ball in. And is that headed for I think that's a goal kick. That was a good ball in, and yeah, he was onside. Got the wrong side of Ian Matson. That's one thing that Matson is poor at into tracking his man. He's not good at tracking his runners. Really not good. It was a good ball in. Was it Alessandro? Oh, Bologna are 1-0 up. Yeah, Bologna 1-0 up, Porto 1-0 up, and Betis 1-0 up. So Porto 3-1 up on aggregate. Betis 1-1 now with Panathinaikos, and Bologna 2-1 up on aggregate. And it's penalties in the Forest game. Rogers. Yes, Sancho is in. Oh, ball just ran away from him, and the keeper does well to come out. Need to see that again. Could he have got the pass a little bit better? Rogers looks like he's a bit more advanced at the minute. Pressing a little bit higher up the pitch, which is good. Ball back with the keeper, Abraham. Forces him to go long. And that's better. That's much better. Just a bit of pressing will get the crowd behind you. Now Martinez is telling him to calm down. No, don't calm down. Get on with this. Just get on with it. Lindelof. Martinez. And see, Onana made the run there. Martinez could have given him a good half a second before. Now, that doesn't sound like a long time, but he allowed the defender to get into him. He could have had a turn. Abraham tries to go on the run, but this time he finds Lamar Bogard. There are players trying to run in behind, which is good. Rogers is fouled there, but he finds Onana. Rogers is down. Luis to Torres. Slow pass. Rogers looks hurt. He's getting up. Rogers looks hurt there. Over 100 of you in the chat. Make sure you smash a like and hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Have we got over 6,900 now? We're on the road to 7,000. Really want to hit that as soon as possible. I know we had a bit of a break while we got hacked, but we are back now. We're back. Just took a knee in the back, I think. But he's looked better. A couple of misplaced passes in the first 5-10 minutes, but he's looked better. In 24th minute, Aston Villa 0, Lille 0. Ball back with Villa. Lindelof. Rogers does well. Getting pulled all over by the Lille play. Gets the free kick. Finds Bogard, who comes forward. He actually goes over the halfway line. Then he's tripped, and it's a yellow card. See, Bogard pushing forward. Manages to get a yellow card for the wide man, Felix. Bit of a cynical challenge. Yeah, you haven't missed much pass, don't worry, mate. But we're slowly getting in a grip into the game. I just want us to have a couple more shots. But we're getting a grip into the game. If you're new, no spoilers. I might be behind a little bit. But Luis is setting up for the free kick. We've got Tammy, Onana, Bogard's up there, I think. Rogers. Poor ball. Very poor ball. But it's picked up by McGinn. Goes back to Bogard. Finds Morgan Rogers on the right-hand side. Rogers tries a big switch, but it's blocked. But still deep inside Lille half. Little chip. And they managed to get out of it really well, to be honest. But Onana does well. Tammy to Luis. Back to Onana. Can we get a shot? No, we can't. He goes backwards. McGinn out wide to Matson. Now Sancho. Sancho. Can you cross it? He's facing at the fullback. Overlap. Gives it away. Just do something. So you in the best position you can. Stop farting around. You got Tammy Abraham in the box. Get the ball in the box. Torres. Onana. Onana's been quite sharp, actually. Finds Douglas Luiz, who stands on the ball and goes back to Pau Torres. Let's have some movement, lads, please. Bogard. Lindelof. Ball's back inside Villa half now, trying to bring Lille out. This time we've got runners in behind. Long ball, but it's no challenge for the defender, and he heads it away. But Luiz does really well. Luiz to Sancho now. Can he get a ball in the box? No, he can't. That was just... Honestly. Such a waste. Such a waste. Trying to stay positive, trying to stay calm. Forest go through on pens. Oh, Lille almost give it away. McGinn almost pounces on it, but they managed to bring the ball out. coming over the halfway line, long ball, looking for Giroud and Felix, but Bogart does really well and finds Onana, finds Pau Torres. Now can Villa get an attack going? Matson goes back to Torres. They're shutting the passing lanes quite well, Lille. But we're just going to move the ball. Look, this Onana's got the ball on the half turn. Run with it. Drive through midfield. It's just the safe option every time. Long ball to Tammy, but I think he's offside. But he hits the shot and it's saved by the keeper. But yeah, he was offside. At least we looked in behind for him. Looked for him in behind, but yeah, he was comfortably offside. Just getting towards the half-hour mark. Played by Matson, finds McGinn into Rogers. Rogers lays it off to Tammy. Tammy finds Lamar Bogard. Can we get some more movement? There's a lot of Lille players back now. Torres now. McGinn holds it up well, but he can't beat 3 men. And Lille crowd him out, and now they can break. Now look how incisive this is. Look at this. Within 2 passes, they're on the edge of our box and hitting a shot. And ball's out for a throw-in. How can they do that? 2 passes. Now, Lille's turn to have a bit of pressure. Villa with every player behind the ball. Clipped over, headed down, and the ball went out of play. Just weird. I don't know. Where's this attacking? Just our attacking intent gone. Where's Rogers running at defenders? Where's Sancho trying to run around down the outside? It's just gone. Sancho does well. Again, not a good pass from Luis, to be fair. Torres now to Matson. Back to Luis. Rogers trying to look in behind. Luis, man, you've got to see it. You've got to see it. Bogard. Sancho, nice little turn. Oh, Tammy. But it's a free kick to Villa. It's got to get the rhythm. Yeah, definite foul. We just don't have the attacking intent down the right-hand side without Cash as well, do we? Bogard, he does a job, but he's not going to get you forward enough. Gives it away there. Oh, you start off with so much hope, don't you? A positive start, and Villa flying out the blocks, and then they come out and just. Here we go. Come on, Tammy. Oh, try to cut back. Just go forward. Good head. Oh, that's not a foul. Why didn't Tammy go forward there? Maybe he's knocked him in the back. Davey, it's not great, mate, I have to say. It's 0-0. It's typical Villa at the moment. Sluggish. Decent in flashes, but just not enough confidence. No shots. No clear-cut chances at all. It seems to be whoever you play in the front forward positions, there isn't a lot of movement. I don't know why the three behind Tammy aren't all interchanging positions. It just baffles me. Just very rigid. Lille haven't offered much though, I have to say. So, that's one thing. Long switch ball, looking to get behind Bogard, but he's got good position in there, does very well. Onana finds Bogard again, and Bogard goes back to Lindelof. Really good defending there from Bogard. Torres now finds Matson. Matson tries to go up the line, but it's blocked by the defender, but he heads it back to Torres. Just under a little bit of pressure. Finds Martinez, who goes long. Headed down by the Lille defender, but Luis does really well. But couldn't quite pounce on it. Don't want to give a foul away, so Villa did well there. Now they win it back. Now Rodgers has got space to operate in. Can he find a Villa man? He finds Tammy Abraham, little 1-2. Rodgers with a poor touch though, but finds Sancho. Sancho, little jink, hits the shot, but it's blocked and out for a throw in. But that was better from Villa. Bogard finds Lindelof, but that was we found some space there, and the four attacking players worked well. McGinn finds Matson. Can we get someone down the outside? Get some more movement. Come on, more movement. Torres, Lindelof, Bogard into Rodgers. Rodgers plays it to Sancho. Sancho back to Bogard. That's good possession. Come on, let's end this half strong, Villa. Come on. Lindelof finds Torres now. Matson's found a little bit of space, finds McGinn. McGinn goes back to Torres. Luis tried to run in behind, but it couldn't quite find him, but that was better. Roma back to 1-1 now. You'd be pleased to know it's not Marlon who scored. Douglas Luiz got a bit of space to operate in, finds Pau Torres. Torres to Matson. Matson back to Torres again. It's not too much movement ahead of him. Want to be making Lille run around. Onana asking Villa to pick the pace up. Rodgers trying to run in behind. But Bogard again. Back to Lindelof. Lindelof with a nice pass into Abraham. But Abraham, that's poor from Tammy. He's got the ball into his feet. Just turn. It's twice. Ooh, bad tackle. Bad tackle on Onana there. Cheers, mate. Yeah, they're definitely waiting for us to make a mistake, Jay. They are, and that's when they'll try and pounce and try and break on us, which we know a lot of teams do. We know they do. And I've been more encouraged with the last 5 to 10 minutes, to be honest. Yeah, he is Leroy. He is. He hasn't been great. I have to say, he hasn't been great. Here he is now. Come on. It's terrible. He's got time to take a touch and run with it. He doesn't have to always pass it off. He doesn't always have to pass it off. He's getting into the positions to receive the ball to feet. Don't be so quick to give it to someone else. Torres reads it well there. Head it down to Douglas Luiz, who finds Ian Matson. Lovely little turn. And that's a bad challenge. That's got to be a booking. Referee's having a word with him. Into the 38th minute. Aston Villa nil, Lille. Aston Villa nil. Aston Villa nil, Lille nil. Sancho. Oh, go down the outside. Rodgers, though, can he keep it in play? He does. Lovely ball in. Oh, held by the keeper. First cross we put in. Better from Rodgers. Yeah, Rich, I agree. Need good header from Torres. Onana goes back to Lindelof. Finds, yeah, it's good ball from Torres. Finds Rodgers. Now McGinn's almost crowded out, but he finds Pau Torres well. Luis. Don't, why are you turning back? Go forward. Luis to Bogard. He's not going to go forward. Plays to Lindelof, and Lindelof goes back all the way to Martinez. We had two opportunities there for our better players on the ball to go forward. And then Torres plays it to McGinn under pressure. And Lille pick the ball back up again. Sloppy. Felix now goes back to the defender and then gets it back again. Yeah, you can't play like that though, LG. You can't play like you're scared to make a mistake because in the end you will. Ooh, ball over. He got in behind. Oh, and the cross came in, but Martinez was well positioned and he claims it. But it was a dangerous moment. He got the wrong side of Sancho. Pau Torres to Matson. High press. That's a dangerous ball from Matson. Very poor pass. Now, Lille, we've got men over, but brilliant play from Lamar Bogard. Read the ball. Come on. Rodgers now running, striding over the halfway line, finds Tammy, but the keeper comes out. And I think he probably, no, he wasn't offside. Throw into Villa. Again, just a bit too much on the pass. But that was better. That was actually attacking with intent. Lovely from Onana, and then Rodgers runs through times. I think he possibly would have been offside. Matson now, come on, beat the fullback. Goes back. Luis, edge of the box. He's not going to shoot. Finds Lamar Bogard. We never shoot. Then we mess up the momentum. Sancho. Jinx inside. Doesn't get the free kick. And we give it away. Tammy does well there and gets the corner. And he's trying to get the Villa fans up for it. Maybe do something. Maybe do something. Maybe have a shot, mate, and that might get the fans up. Corner to Villa. John McGinn to take it. Focus on Tammy Abraham at the moment. Clipped in. Headed down. Oh, good save. Oh, Sancho. Sancho. He had an open net. Onana gets up brilliantly. Heads it into the corner. Keeper makes a great save. And then Sancho messes the volley up. Oh, Sancho. Is it under the corner? Oh, maybe the defender. Maybe the defender got a touch. Good corner from McGinn, though. This time it's the other side. Luis clips it in, and it's comfortable for the goalkeeper. Too high. Great header from Onana, though. So into the last few minutes of the first half. I wouldn't sack Unai Zaney, no. Right, let's start talking about the first half in the comments. So get some comments and your thoughts on the first half. We can chat about it. And any subs you would make, any changes, anything you want to see. Yeah, get Dougie off corners. Sancho now. Running at the defence on the right-hand side. Goes around the outside and then gets blocked. And it's a throw-in. He is playing well, Sancho. He is, but I just wish he had a bit more pace. I know he can't help that. But he just never seems to get that half a yard anymore. Odegaard with the throw-in. He's looking for some movement. He isn't getting a lot. Oh, what was that? Someone threw something at him. No. Nice bit of play. Onana on the edge of the box to Luiz. Across to Pau Torres. Got a bit of space. Finds John McGinn. Now it's right across to the other side. Torres into Rodgers, but it's too casual. But Luiz does well. Can't pick up the loose ball. Goes back to the goalkeeper who blasts it long. Giroud does well to head it down, but Onana comes in and wins the ball back and cleans up. Lindelof now to Onana. Don't think he... Ooh, right on the back of his heel there. It's got to be a yellow card. That's a bad tackle. I think he's all right. Yeah, we've had a shot on target in the first half. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Clipped over the top looking for Rodgers. Couldn't quite get enough players around the ball and it's blasted away by Lille. Headed down by Pau Torres into Emi Martinez and we'll get the half. I don't think there'll be too much in terms of stoppage time, to be honest. But Lindelof coming forward with the ball. I mean, one thing to say is Lille have not tried to threaten Villa in any way, shape, or form. There's 1 minute added time. I won't bother putting it on the screen. Doesn't look like Villa are bothered about trying to score a goal either. Torres now. God, that's a poor ball. Tries to find Tammy the long ball, but just didn't get any height on it. Yeah, Johnny, let's get the comments in here because yeah, it's so boring. It's awful football. It is awful football. Let's get some chat about this at half time. I mean, we don't score enough goals, and we just don't look like scoring enough goals. What's happened to the Villa that were creating chances that were? I mean, I'm not even talking about this season because we haven't really created that many chances in games this season. We've scored a lot of long-range screamers, which is great, but we created many chances. Torres to Bogard, into Rodgers, back to Bogard. It's going to be half-time in a minute. Rodgers clips in the box, looking at the back post, and it's headed away by the defender, and that will be half-time. 0-0. Emery looking pensive. Looking a bit pensive. I don't know. Is he going to be satisfied with that? What we got here? Roma 1, Bologna 2. Interesting. Yeah, walking football, Dave. It's walking football. Absolutely. And I'm trying to understand the logic. Like in this game in isolation, right? I can understand it to a certain extent. We're 1-0 up. We don't need to take too many risks. But the problem is if Lille get a goal that is against the run of play, because we know anything can happen. How do we switch up? How do we switch up into, all of a sudden then going hell for leather? We've got to do that from the off, get the game won. And we just walking the ball around, no movement, safe passes, no one trying to beat a man. No, just the McGinn, Rodgers, Sancho's up fairly sharp, right? But when's he put a cross in? When's he had a proper shot on goal? We're asking Tammy to make moves in behind. We're asking him to come to the ball for feet. Yes, he's giving it away 2 or 3 times, but how much are we using him? Are we getting players around him? It's just so lethargic. It's so safe. There's nothing. How many times has Douglas Luiz driven through the midfield? How many times has Onana driven through the mid? Yes, they're winning the ball back in midfield well, but they're not driving forward. They're not bringing the ball with them. This is what we want to see. It's just, it's football that could bite you in the backside. That's the problem. It's safe football that can really bite you in the backside if you're not careful, because it takes one shot, it'll take one poor decision, it'll take a deflection, a corner, anything, a silly challenge in the box, because we're not taking enough risk going forward. We're not putting Lille under enough pressure, and that's the worrying thing for me. But like I say, this game in isolation, we're 1-0 up on aggregate, so we draw 0-0. We're through to the next round. But what is that? This football isn't unique to this competition. We've been playing this football for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks in the Premier League, and it's not getting us anywhere. It's getting us defeat after defeat after defeat. So something's got to change with this mentality. Lille team is awful. Yeah, I mean, they haven't offered anything. But will they be happy with this? 0-0, last 45. Can they give it a real go in the second half? Does that open up for Villa? I don't know, because at the moment we're not playing like we look like we can exploit any of the spaces in behind, because we're not playing with any type of speed. They'll come out strong in the second half and catch us off guard. That's my worry, Jay. That is my worry. Adam solid at the back, midfield. Rich, just final pass and decision making. I agree. There is elements to the final pass, but I don't know, man. I don't know. In the summer, Tielemans, Kamara, and Rodgers, the only players would keep at all costs. The rest can be traded as need be. Mate, I said this last season. I said this in the summer. I said I wasn't bothered about that many players. If the price is right, get rid. Get rid. Don't be sentimental with any of these players. Get rid of them. If the money's good, we can replace. We've got to recycle this squad. We're too loyal to players. Fans, we get too attached to players. The money's right, get them gone. I'm telling you. LG, I'd sell Rodgers if we got. So would I, mate. So if we got 45 million for Ezra Konsa, get rid. 30 million for Martinez, get rid. Who else? 55, 60 million for Onana. See you later. Like, we've got to get less sentimental. Look at some of the players that have been absolute bargains. That Coyote, what an absolute bargain he's been, and we didn't get him. We didn't get him. After one will not be fussed if Uno walks at the end of the season. We need an attacking manager that will play youth and blood them. Look, I don't want to see Unai going. I think I just want him to. I think he's gone way too safe at the minute. My issue with the youth players though is we had and I'm by no means saying that these players will be ready for first team action or anything like that, but we had a youth team that swept the boards last season at under 18 level, right? Won the Premier League, South League, then beat Manchester City, won the FA Youth Cup. And when you see young players like Max Dowman, who comes on and now he's the best thing since sliced bread. You saw Lewis Skelly the year before. You've seen multiple other young players for other teams get minutes. And none of our young players who won everything last season get any type of minutes. Gimo Aloba comes on and scores the winning goal in the Europa League against Red Bull Salzburg, then goes on loan to West Bromwich Albion, who are probably going to get relegated to League One. What is that doing to that player's confidence? He could have. You telling me it would have been any worse than Leon Bailey at the moment? George Hemmings did get an opportunity in that game. He's not been seen since. it just baffles me with some of these younger players. We should be giving them more minutes. We've created loads of chances. I don't think we have. I do not think we've created loads of chances. I don't think we have. I'm not saying that Watkins has not missed multiple chances. He has missed multiple chances. But, we've scored, 40 goals in the Premier League this season? That ain't good enough. That is nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near. Yeah, whole of the Premier League has gone downhill. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's paint. It's football by numbers. Football by numbers. And it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And look, the chickens are coming home. Chickens came home to roost in the Champions League. Because now they're all making excuses how the Premier League's harder and all this and blah, and play too many games and that. They wouldn't have been saying that if these teams had won. They're saying that because they got absolutely battered. Absolutely battered. Because we can't keep the ball. We don't take risks. The only time we keep the ball is in ball across the back four, ball across the back four. But there's no incisive passing. There's no taking the ball on the half turn, beating a man and then dropping it off. There's none of that. None of that. So we always want to make excuses. We do it with our own club. Villa fans make excuses for why we're not playing very well. Oh, we haven't got Tielemans. Oh, we haven't got Kamara. Oh, it's squad cost rules. Oh, it's PSR. No, it ain't. It's because the players aren't playing well enough. That's it. That's the facts. The players aren't playing well enough. Stop making excuses for them. And then we go into the Champions League. Oh, it's because they played too many games. Oh, the games in the Premier League are too competitive. No, it ain't. It's because they ain't good enough. That's it. Simple. Can you trust Emery with money? That's one big question, David. And at the moment, the jury is well and truly out with trusting Unai Emery with money. I do not get what we've got to say. 80% of the signings that he makes, I don't get them. I don't get them. He needs to maybe give up the reins to someone else and say, you bring the signings in. I'll give you a list or profile of player that I want and I'll coach them. Why don't we get players out of the Championship anymore? I mean, there's Jack Rodoni in Coventry. There's Morgan Whittaker at Middlesbrough. There's Hayden Hackney at Middlesbrough. There's multiple players in the Championship who could do a job, who could be rough diamonds that could be polished. We don't do it. We don't do it. Yeah, old team with old subs. I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully aware of that. But this is not, as I've said to you before, I can understand the cautiousness for this particular game, but this type of football is no different to what we played against Manchester United. It's no different to what we played against Wolverhampton Wanderers. It's no different to what we played against Everton, Brentford, Brighton even though we won that game, or Bournemouth. It's no different. And we're getting poor results. So, yes, we may well go through 0-0 and then win 1-0 on aggregate. That's fine in the context of this game. But how is that going to set us up to get a really good result against West Ham? Because we aren't playing in any way, shape or form to get positive results. That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, same lethargic pattern every week. Well, this is it. And they must be. They must be. I mean, you've seen a couple of... We've seen a little bit of confusion because there's a couple of times where Onana said he wants them to hurry up. There's a few times when Tammy's tried to run in behind. But then there's a few times when Martinez has got the ball and he said, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. So I don't know. I don't know. Bailey will give us the winner. It's not down to Villa to make a game of it. It is. It is. Spot on, yeah. Having the car boots out. George, you know my thoughts from last year. You know, don't get sentimental about players. If the offer's right, get them out. The other thing is we keep saying we need a fire sale, we need to get rid of players. Who's going to want to buy any of our players apart from Rodgers? Who's going to want to buy Watkins, Buendia, and Bailey? Who's going to want to buy them? Yeah, he is playing safe because Kamara's not there. Yeah, but he's got to find a different way of playing. Yeah, give the young players a chance. Absolutely. Good evening to you, Andy. Great to have you in. We've got over 200 of you in the chat joining me for my halftime rant. Thank you. I did get a bit carried away there. I'm sorry about that. But please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. We're marching on to 7,000 subscribers. And what are you thinking for second half? And let me know where you're watching from. We always do that every week. And we haven't had a watch along for a while, so I want to find out where people are watching from. We did have someone watching from Germany, which was great. So let me know where you're watching from. I know where a few of you are watching from, but put it in the chat anyway. Let me know. Yes, we've hit 6,900. We're on 6,902. Come on, people. Come on, people. Who's exhausting who? On this performance, West Ham, yeah, it's tough. Where are we watching from now anyway? Where are we watching from? Lille's Alexandro, left footed, 6'4", 15k a week, 26-year-old, now next defender. Good scouting, Curry. Good scouting. Bailey, MLS, Buendia, Leverkusen, Watkins, Spurs. Well, Spurs maybe in the Championship, yeah. Yeah. Can we do a buy one, get one free on players? If you want Rodgers, you have to take Bailey. Oh, Johnny. Forest will win the Europa League. Wow. I'm watching from Blackheath. Good man. Good man. LG, only you and Luke Robertson say it as it is. It's all the other Villa YouTubers and happy clappers too scared to upset anyone. Mate, I'll say it as it is. I don't care. I'm just, look, I'll lose my head. I'll get overexcited. I'll go over the top. I might go over the top, but that's just me. I'm a Villa fan, and that's how I act. People might have seen me in the stands at games. I'll go over the top. My son stands next to me. He does the same, but that's how I am. I can't help it. It means too much to me, and I'll call it as it is. 100%, 100%. And I've said before, I don't mind losing games. It's performances that bother me. Performances. Yes, David. No, Villa and Sunderland aren't rivals now. Watching from Aston across the stadium. Good man, good man. Well, hopefully you'll hear them cheering in this half. Junior's watching from Brum. Yeah, Sunderland, the rivals. They're playing on. I live in Newcastle, so they're playing on Sunday, 12 o'clock kickoff. Newcastle v Sunderland. So he's a Sunderland fan. I don't know. He does ask quite a few questions about Sunderland. Right, getting kickoff. Villa kicking towards the whole end. Is that going to change anything with this half? Doesn't look like there's been any substitutions made, and we're off. And the ball's with Victor Lindelof. And now it goes back to Emi Martinez, and we'll get a feel for how we're going to start this second half by how long Martinez hands on the ball. He goes away out wide to Torres, who tries to play a low pass into McGinn. McGinn misses it, but it's cleared by Lille, but we pick it back up again, and the ball is back with Emi Martinez now. Good man, Gary, from Sweden. Good man. Tammy heads it down. Good header, but it's cleared by Lille. Picked up by their attacking player who plays it out wide. I think that'll be Felix on the ball. He's got a bit of space to operate. Villa trying to get back to him. and we get organised, but a ball switch a play out to the right-hand side to Meunier. No one's facing him up, and the cross comes in. Ooh, that was very dangerous. So again, we let a cross come in. No one closes anyone down. Yeah, it doesn't look any better from Derby. See, what? Why aren't we closing him? Cross comes in, and was that who got in front of Giroud there? Lindelof. Could Martinez have come for that? Corners to Lille. No spoilers in the chat, please. Referee just telling players to calm down. And this is the time, isn't it? This is the time. This first 15 minutes of the second half. We're just we're not awake. And Lille their manager would have been looking at this. Deep cross, headed over by the Lille defender. I think that's that Alexandru, isn't it? Philly, if they score first, it's going to be extremely nervy because, like I said before, we've played at such a slow pace that it's going to be extremely difficult for Villa to turn on the afterburners to try and all of a sudden conjure up a goal. Matson goes up the line, finds Abraham, bounces off him though, but he does well to win it back. Now plays it to Torres. Torres into Luis. Nice little first time pass to Matson. He goes up the line, but gives it away. Luis picks it up again, but he can't get hold of the ball here. Onana tries to cut it out, but Lille coming forward down the left-hand side, drops it back into midfield, back out wide again. Villa not started this half well at all. Can't get on the ball at the minute. Oh, nice little turn, gets away from low crossing, but no one was attacking that. But that's two crosses we've let get in the box. Very disjointed at the minute from Villa. Just need a goal. We need something. Tammy, nice first time pass. That's better. John McGinn, can't get inside the defender. Can we pick up the scraps? Keep the pressure on. Lille do well to get the ball clear here. Lille started this second half well. Maybe they've got a bit of confidence because we haven't shown really anything in that first half. Switch of the play. Straight to Meunier, who's getting forward more now. I think McGinn's maybe struggling a bit. I'd maybe look at taking him off. But this Lille knocking the ball around with a lot of intent. Oh, turns away from Luis there, looking for the free kick, but we win it back. Torres there with a terrible pass. Gives it away. Started this really badly. Lille still knocking it around, but Onana does well to just get a toe on it. Can Villa pick up? Can't get the ball here. Can't get out. Rodgers trying to fight. Doesn't win it back. Doesn't want to give the free kick away. Just settling into position. We're not pressing at all. This is really concerning. Really concerning. Getting Lille a lot of confidence into this. There now, Luis wins it back. Come on, don't give it away. Don't. Oh, what are you doing? Throws it out, plays it out of play, but he wins it back. Just play it. Play the ball. Gets the free kick. Unai Getting some instructions onto the pitch. Martinez. Torres. He hasn't got a lot of options here. Goes long. Tammy heads it on. Okay. McGinn's not going to get onto that. Needs to make a couple of changes here. McGinn's run out of gas. Tammy trying to press. We're just pressing in ones. We're not pressing as a team. Not pressing as a team. Switch of play. Bogard reads it well. Heads it down to Sancho. Can he keep it in? He does. Bogard plays a nice ball to Onana. Into Rodgers. Now he finds Sancho. Now Sancho's got space to run. Oh, what is that? Oh, my word. He had the space to run. Bloody hell. I don't know what we're trying to do here. We're not pressing. We're not totally standing off. I just don't know what we're trying to do. Look at this. Free kick to Lille. Watkins is about to come on, people. I'd be tempted to go 2 up top. He looks pretty worried about this, Unai, I'm telling you. Free kick to Lille. Oh, good save. Good save from a comfortable save from Martinez. And he tries to go long with the kick. Looking for Sancho. He's got him behind Sancho. Cuts inside Sancho. Plays to McGinn. Yes! What a finish! Lovely break from Villa. And Martinez is absolutely going crazy with that celebration. Brilliant vision. It was Giroud who tried to block him, and he found Sancho in behind the defender. Sancho showed great composure, laid it on a plate to McGinn, who finishes lovely little side foot finish into the bottom corner. And Villa's nerves will be calmed down massively with that goal. Aston Villa 1, Lille 0. Great vision from Emi Martinez. Just saying, comfortable save. And then he spots Sancho. Giroud tried to block him. Sancho gets in behind the defender. Little chop back. And then sees John McGinn. And then McGinn, nice little finish into that bottom corner. And it's 1-0 Villa. Nice little chop back from Sancho. And we've said he needs to make more goal contributions. And that's a lovely assist. And then lovely little finish from McGinn there. Right into that corner. Back where the goalkeeper was coming from. And is Watkins going to come on? Or is he going to tell him to sit back down, son? Sit back down. Reese, just chill out, mate. If you don't like what we're saying, and if you don't like what I'm saying, don't watch. I'm commenting on the game, commenting on the performance. It hasn't been a positive performance. We've got a goal. What do you want people to do? Not celebrate. Watkins on. It's not about keeping the faith, Brock. The performances have been terrible for the last 6 weeks. The performance today hasn't been good. We've scored a goal, which is positive. That's it. It's not about you can't just say because we scored a goal, sit back and go, "Oh, see, I told you so." It don't work like that. We haven't played well enough. We scored a goal, great. Now let's go and build on it. Let's win on Sunday. Let's play like we know that Aston Villa can play, but we haven't been doing that. So that's why we're not happy. Can't turn around and be smug and say, "Oh, well, I told you Villa would turn it around." We haven't played well, but it's good that we're winning now. That's good. Hopefully, the players can get that weight off their back. Lille coming forward. Maybe they're going to have to take some more risks. And it was quick thinking from Emi Martinez. Really, really quick thinking. And it's credit to him for finding that pass. And he's done that a couple of times over the last few years. Now Sancho trying to press, but the defender does well to step inside him. Tries this little through ball, but Torres does well to read it. Finds Lamar Bogard, who in turn finds Onana. Is Watkins offside? No, finds Rogers. Rogers running at the defence, but he trips over the ball there. McGinn wins the ball. Defender looking for a free kick, but doesn't find it. Now Sancho finds Morgan Rogers. And he gets the corner for Villa. Come on, put these to the sword. I'm not miserable. I'm not miserable. I'm happy. Yes. Cheers, Dave. No, he's not injured, Bobby. He's not in the Europa League squad. Corner comes in. Oh, it's comfortable for the keeper. Still just over half an hour to go. Lille trying to break forward. Onana just getting back to hold him up. He does well. And Meunier plays inside. And Villa managed to get back into position well. And we've always been behind them. Always. But the performances haven't been good enough. That's it. I'll say it as it is. One swallow does not make a summer. I want to see more. Roma 1, Bologna 3. That is massive. That is massive. Exactly. We need lions out there, not lambs. Oh, Sancho. Nothing sloppy, Villa. Nothing sloppy. Lille coming forward now down the left-hand side. Cross comes in. Deep cross. Sancho heads it away, but only to the edge of the box. Onana does well. Rogers does well to step away now. Got a bit of space to operate in. Did Watkins hold his run in time? Watkins on the right-hand side. Can he do his little step over? Can he have a shot? Can he have a shot? Oh, should have shot there. Tried to cross it. Should have had the shot, man. Why didn't he shoot? Doesn't even matter if it hits the keeper. Little clip ball over the top to Giroud, and he scored. But he's offside. Yeah, Adam, it was Watkins. And is it VAR? Yeah, he's offside. Takes the shot though. Yeah, Balogun was. I'm sure Balogun was at Arsenal, wasn't he? I won't go anywhere near the other player, mate. I think he'd be very popular. Long ball from Martinez, won in the air by Watkins. Well, Sancho coming forward now to Rodgers. Again, overcomplicating it. Luis coming forward, clips it, headed away by Lille. Won back by Amadou Onana. Villa trying to turn the screw here. Cross comes in, headed up in the air by the defender, and it's cleared away for a throw into Villa. He did, Rich. He did. Totally. Showed him how to finish. Just didn't even take a touch and just smashed it in. What are we waiting for here? Oh. Matson with a throw in to Luis. To Onana now. Onana just holds off the defender. Tries a little drag back, but defender read it. But Mark Torres was there. Plays out to Bogart. He's going to go all the way. No, he doesn't. He turns. Ooh, Lamar Bogart. Rodgers, nice little pass inside to Onana. Onana to Torres. McGinn, nice little ball inside to Rodgers. Rodgers to Watkins. Watkins, nice little layoff. Hit it. Oh, just wide. That's better. That's better. Have a shot, son. I thought he was going to play it out to Sancho as well then, but he didn't. But he held the ball up well, finds the space. And then they sit off him, and he has the shot. And he's flicked off the defender's heel, and it's gone out for a corner. That's what you got to do. That's better. Luis now with the corner. Can Villa make it comfortable? Let's get a goal. Make it comfortable. Short corner to Sancho. Now to McGinn. Back to Luis. Luis clips it in, but it's going to be easy for the keeper. Bit too much height on it. Keeper throws it out. Are there any changes on the bench? It doesn't look like it. Anyone surprised that Abraham only lasted 55 minutes? Just seems a little bit strange. He wasn't struggling, was he? Clipped in. Good defending from Lindelof there. Giroud saying he was pulled back, but I think it was both players. Rodgers starting to get a little bit more space now. Finds Amadou Onana. Luis with a clip ball over the top now. Sancho running on. Is he going to set up Watkins? No, he has a shot and he smashed the post. Rodgers on the follow-up. He messes it up. See, but now we're shooting. Can't argue with the strike there. Keeper had absolutely no chance. Smashes against the post. This is better. Villa. Amadou, just turn, mate. Ball back with Martinez. Traded passes with Onana. Ball out to Pau Torres. Pau Torres clips the ball over the top looking for Watkins. He turns the defender, but I think the ref's given a foul. Substitutes now. Thank you very much, Stephen, and thank you for watching from New Zealand. 200 in the chat. Thank you very much, everyone, for your support. If you haven't already, smash a like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you want to become a member and an official Villa Park Pod follower, please click the join button. And if you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, drop a super chat in if you want to support the channel. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we'll be back on Sunday as well for the watch along against West Ham. We'll obviously have a West Ham preview as well, probably sometime either Friday night or Saturday. So look out for that one. So loads of shows to come. Loads of shows. Aston Villa 1, Lille 0. Couple of substitutions made by Lille. Villa winning 2-0 on aggregate. Roma losing to Bologna at the moment 3-1, and it's 4-2 to Bologna on aggregate. Porto 1-0 up against Stuttgart, so 3-1 up to 3-1 to Porto on aggregate, and Betis 3-0 up on Panathinaikos now, so 3-1 on aggregate there. Headed away by John McGinn, picked up by Lille midway inside the Villa half. Midfielder tries to run it through. He's jinking through. He's claiming a push, but no foul. Matson can bring it clear. McGinn with a nice little touch back to Luiz and Torres. And he switches the play nicely to Lamar Bogard. Bogard, though, gives it away under pressure, and it's a corner to Lille. Yes, he does carry 1 goal and 2 off the post, mate. He does. He does. It probably was a foul, but outside the box. So corner to Lille. It's a key point of the game, this. Corner comes in, headed up in the air by Bogard. Oh, the defender, number 4, free header by the Lille defender, is Alexanderson. Absolutely messed it up. He had a free header. Nice little touch from Sancho to Bogard to Luiz, and now back to Martinez. Lille trying to high press at the minute. Matson. Back to Torres, who goes long. Headed up in the air and out for a throw into Villa. Now we're isolating them at the back here. So if we can beat the press, we will get more chances. Martinez, he's going to go long. Watkins does well. And then loses out to the defender. He's claiming a free kick. I didn't see a free kick there. Didn't see a free kick at all. Just got to get away from the defender once he's turned him. Lille now coming forward. Villa just dropping a little bit too deep for my liking. Maybe need a couple of changes. I think Luca Dean might be coming on. Looks like a bit of activity on the Villa bench. Villa fans singing to Lille, "Are you Villa in disguise?" Love it. I love it. Oh, nice little ball down the channel. Cross comes in and well defended by Pau Torres, and it's out for another corner. Roma 2, Bologna 3. Maybe there's still some life in Roma at the minute. Daniel Marlon with a penalty. So there's plenty of time in that game. Plenty of time in that game. Yeah, Marlon scored. Corner to Lille here. By Haraldson. Ball in. It's a good corner. Headed down, and it's up in the air from Douglas Luiz. I feel like getting a little bit nervous here. He had to get that clearance on that. A lot of movement in the box. Corner comes in, headed away by Bogard very well there. And back to the halfway line. And then all the way back to the goalkeeper. Looks like 2 players coming on for Villa. I'm trying to I think it might be Buendia and Digne. Maatsen just caught out of position there a little bit, but Torres covers well. Maatsen gives it away. I haven't been too impressed with Ian Maatsen today, and Douglas Luiz picks up a yellow card. But it was Maatsen that played him into trouble there. I would be looking. I don't think he's been great, Ian Maatsen, tonight. Made a few mistakes. So my substitute for Lille as well. Trying to get a message onto someone. Number 4, Alexandro's coming off. So taking a defender off. Mandy. So Villa holding out for their substitutions at the minute. But free kick to Lille in a dangerous position here. And after that, ever since Sancho hit the post, we've just sat back. Cross comes in, headed away by Ian Maatsen. That's good, better positioning from him. Now Villa can break. Watkins, our keeper's read it well, and he's come all the way out, flying out, and he's put it out for a throw-in. Villa, can they get a bit of pressure now? Yeah, it'll have to be McGinn coming off. Oh, McGinn and Buendia and Cash coming on, so Maatsen staying on. Bogard's coming off, so Cash's going to get 20 minutes or so. And McGinn with the crucial goal for now. And I felt like he's growing into that game a little bit more. I was a bit worried for him at the start of the second half. He looked really sluggish, but then started to get a little bit better into that half. Still 3-2 to Bologna, but there's still a lot of time in that game. Long throw by Cash. Picked up by Douglas Luiz, who tries to find Sancho, but just read well by the defender. Lille now trying to spring an attack. Coming down the right-hand side to Meunier. And it's going to go out for a throw-in to Aston Villa. That's poor from Lille, that. Promising position for them. Ejuma. Luiz plays into Rogers. Rogers lays it off to Sancho. Sancho out to Cash for his first involvement. Back to Lindelof. To Martinez. To Pau Torres now. Torres, long diagonal ball. That's poor from Watkins. So bad. Perfect ball for him, and he just, in his path, he just got to take it down. Oh, Maatsen gets done. Maatsen gets done. The player did not need to go down there. He's looking for a penalty, and he's got Maatsen off the hook there. And he clears it long, but Lille coming back again. Cross comes in. Chested down by Maatsen. Helped away by Luiz. Doesn't get enough on it, though. What we're doing here, we're very tense again. We've gone tense, really tense. Ball out, rise onto the right. Meunier now. Clips across in. And Sancho wildly swings at it. Doesn't get it properly clear. It's on the edge of the box. Lille playing the ball around on the edge of the box here. Villa doing well not to let them shoot, though. Will you get a shot on now? Curling shot. Fisted away by Martinez. Now can Villa break? Watkins flicks it on and Rogers chasing it, and it's put out for a throw-in by Mbemba. He used to play for Newcastle, didn't he? Yeah, it's never a penalty, but he didn't need to go down. He'd beaten Matson all ends up. I just don't know why the player went down. Long clearance by... That's better touch, Watkins. That's much better touch. Crossing. Oh, it's a good ball in. Villa now putting the pressure on Onana to Luiz. And Villa just trying to settle it down now. Buendia back to Torres. Rogers, there's a bit more space now. Watkins is stretching him a little bit. It's giving a bit more space to Rogers in that number 10 position. Admittedly, Lille are having to come forward more. Lindelof clips it over the top. Again. Come on, that's a free kick, ref. How's that a free kick for them? Lille still giving it a go. Got to watch it because a goal in there will throw everything at it. Cross comes in and it's comfortably out for a goal kick. So could it be Villa versus Bologna one more time? Buendia trying to press the defenders, but Meunier does well. And Haraldson now chops back. And Mbemba. And now Lille trying to go out the other side. Villa keeping a high line. Matson, that's better positioning for me. And Matson comfortably brings the ball down. And now Pau Torres can just settle on the ball. Be good to get another goal here. That's a poor ball from Torres. But Onana does brilliantly in that midfield area. Get the ball out. Oh, man. Come on. Come on. That's so sloppy. So Torres, sloppy pass into the midfield. Rogers slips. And then Luiz, he had 2 or 3 options. And he picks the wide option for Sancho, which completely messes the pass up. Completely messes. It's just... I mean, people talking in the chat about signing Douglas Luiz. That's why you don't sign Douglas Luiz. He's so casual. Headed up in the air from Cash. Luiz. And Rogers heads it out of play. Lost composure here, Villa. Needed maybe a couple more substitutes here. Well, this is it. This is it. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, are you going to calm down now? Are you going to calm down now?" But like, what in this performance? apart from the goal and a couple of moments, Sancho hitting the post, what has given anyone any confidence from this performance that we've turned the corner? Nothing much. Nothing much. 3-3 Roma. Back to 4-4 in aggregate. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Lille playing the ball deep inside Villa half. Winger facing up. Matson beats him. Matson does well, though, to force him off the ball. Now Buendia. And Watkins this time gets the free kick. I didn't think the referee giving it. Yeah, Matson does well. That's good defending. That's good defending. Yeah, Bailey and Elliott coming on. So will that be Sancho to come off? Will he bring Rodgers off? You'd have thought so. Cash gives away the free kick there. Yeah, Sancho coming off. And who's coming off? Elliott's good. I'd have thought it'd be Morgan Rodgers. Yeah, Rodgers coming off. Every time Elliott comes on, I just feel sorry for him. Buendia. Nice little pass off. Now Elliott's got a bit of space. Can he find a Villa man? He drops it back to Onana. Torres. Villa not going to take too many risks here. You can see it. Oh, Matson does very well to get out of there. That trouble there. Oh, Douglas Luiz, what are you doing? This is the problem as well. You ain't going to get away with that in the Premier League. Yeah, exactly, LG. You've just got to see the game, man. Elliott, Buendia helps it onto Watkins. Watkins plays to Leon Bailey, and it's a goal for Leon Bailey. 2-0 Villa, and we can calm down now. Watkins sets up Leon Bailey for the goal. Mooted celebration there, but we will take it. We will take it. I was umming and ahhing as to whether that would have been offside. I don't know whether was Watkins offside there. It looked like a lot of space. Ball headed down. Elliott. Is Watkins offside or is that 22 playing him on? I don't know if he was offside. I think Bailey's onside. He's behind the ball. and then just puts it into the empty net. I don't know whether that's offside. I think he could be offside, you know. I think he could be offside. Might have to change the score back. That's why I didn't really sell it. Oh, he's given the goal. He's given the goal. There you go. Now he can celebrate. He's happy. Now we can breathe a big sigh of relief, everyone. Now we can breathe a big sigh of relief. Aston Villa 2, Lille 0. Leon Bailey with the goal. Nice little ball from Harvey Elliott. Watkins was unselfish to lay it into Bailey to put it into an empty net. And I don't think he'll score an easier goal. Villa can now think about the quarter-final. And who will we face? Will it be Roma? Will it be Bologna? Oh no, sorry, it was Buendia that played the ball through. It was Elliott to Buendia to Watkins to Bailey. Now that is a perfect front four. Perfect front four link up. And there's Unai. Look at that. Look at the tension. The tension release. He knows we're through. Quarterfinals of the Europa League. Do we get time off in the international break? Yes, mate. We get 2.5 weeks off. So the first game back after West Ham will be the first leg of the quarterfinals. Oh, what happened there? I thought they'd scored. They haven't. I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. I think I'm going to jump off. I'm going to do my instant reaction. So getting into the last couple of minutes. Long kick upfield from Martinez. Headed up in the air by the defender. Buendia buzzing around, wins it back. Elliott back to Buendia, flicks it through to Watkins, Bailey, and it's scrambled away by Lille. Top man Shorty. Over 200 of you in the chat. Please do smash a like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 7,000 subscribers. So please do help spread the word of the channel. Aston Villa 2, Lille 0. Goals from John McGinn and Leon Bailey. Yes, Yuri should be back. Watkins doing well there. Now he's put Harvey Elliott through. Elliott out wide to Bailey. Bailey attacking the fullback. Goes around the outside, crosses in. Oh, just scrambled clear. Is that a corner? No, it's a goal kick. 3 minutes injury time. I thought that was a corner. Exactly, Michael. We've scored more than one goal in the game and we've kept a clean sheet. So we've done the job, mate. We've got the job done. Unconvincing, but we've got the job done. Oh, Villa win it back. Oh, no. Just shoot. Ball out. Top man. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you all enjoyed the watch along. Honestly. That's what I say to my son's team constantly. Shoot. Man of the match. Who do you reckon? Man of the match? Sancho? Lindelof? I think they've probably been the two standouts for me. Exactly. Dink it. Great. Tavi and Charlie. Come on. Can we round it off here? Oh, almost a lovely ball from Harvey Elliott. Oh, beautiful touch from Leon Bailey. Hit it. Hit it. Elliott. Oh, he went for the penalty. Keeper did well to come out. Yeah, Sancho. I think so. I think so. He got the assist, didn't he, for McGinn's goal? Did really well on that. Oh, Cash got beaten on the outside. Onana headed away by Matson the cross. Shot, and it's comfortable for M. Martinez, and that I'm sure will be it. Man of the match, Duran. Long kick upfield from Martinez. He's looking for the same. And that's it. 2-0 Villa. Safely through to the next round. And where we don't know yet who we will face. It's still 3-3 in the Roma Bologna game, so that looks like it's going to go to extra time. But Villa do get a much needed victory. Takes us into the game against West Ham in a little bit better form. John McGinn with the goal in the first half, in the second half, and that settled a lot of nerves for Villa. And then Leon Bailey, a late substitution, rounded off the victory for Aston Villa, and they go through safely 2-0 into the quarterfinals of the Europa League, where they will face either Roma or Bologna. I will be doing my instant reaction very soon, so do make sure you tune into that. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We will be back, or I will be back, with a live watch along on Sunday against West Ham, so please do join for that. And I'll also be doing my instant reaction, as I say, preview for West Ham with one of the lads or more of the lads coming up this week. And yes, we're through to the next round. I'm going to try and be a little bit more zen, a little bit more calm. I'm going to try. It wasn't a great performance, but it was a job done performance. Good to see McGinn on the score sheet. Good to see Bailey on the score sheet. Good to see smiles back on the players' faces. That's what we want to see. And we want to gradually get those performances back up. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, why haven't you done it? But do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And as always, remember, we all follow the Villa.